Welcome back to My Map Tutorials with Period 3. Are you ready? Have you logged into Google My Maps? By now you should know how to get there, so let's go. I just want to give a real quick shout out to one of my awesome students, Nicholas, who let me borrow his Yeti microphone to do this recording. So hopefully it will be crystal clear and you'll be able to hear everything in this video. So once you get your map opened, you should have Period 2 already done. We're going to add another layer, and you guessed it, we're going to call it Period 3. And save it. For this round, I'm going to keep Period 2 open so that I can see where we marked our religions. So make sure that you highlight Period 3 so that all of this goes on to Period 3. And then go back to your directions. Right here it says map cross-cultural interactions through trade using arrows. So Christianity into Europe is the first one. So we know Christianity starts here. I'm going to go up and grab my line tool and just start drawing some arrows into Europe. And I'm going to label it Christianity into Europe and change the color so that it shows up a little bit better. Let's do yellow. Maybe make it a little bit thicker. And if you want to draw one more arrow, just to show that it's also going over into this area, you can do that. And to make an arrow, I just kind of make a triangle here, and then bring it back over and stop it. And I'm going to make this one yellow too so that it matches. And there you go. Next we have Buddhism into East Asia. So grab your line and take some arrows over to East Asia. Are you starting to get better with your line tool? I hope so. Practice makes perfect, you know. All right, I'm going to make this one purple and a little bit thicker. Perfect. The next one is Hinduism and Buddhism into Southeast Asia. So we can bring Buddhism down here. Let's go grab a line. And I'm going to bring it down into here. I'm going to also make this one purple. Oops. Okay, now you have your lines for Buddhism into Southeast Asia. Okay, now we have the spread of Hinduism. So go up here and grab your line tool. And we're going to bring that over to Southeast Asia as well. And I'm going to make that color orange and a little thicker. There we go. And I'm going to make another color, taking it down a little bit further. or another arrow, not another color. We can keep it orange. Into Southeast Asia. Next, you have the spread of Islam. So we're going to go up here and grab your line again. Love our line tool. And we're going to spread it over into Africa. Once again, via the trade route. Can kind of bring it around down into sub-Saharan Africa. Make our little arrow at the end. And I'm going to make this a dark blue to match my icon. It also goes up into Europe, so we're going to add our line and bring it up into Europe, specifically Spain. Go. Add a little bit of line width to that. And I'm going to do one more into Asia. And your line doesn't have to be exactly like mine as long as you know about where it's going. Basically, with these trade routes, just spread religions all over the place. There you go. And if you need a minute to catch up, just pause the video. Okay, so at this point, we have the religions done. And if you are someone who is like, this map is too messy, what is she doing to us? What you can do is go up here and just click off of period 2. We'll get rid of some stuff. There you go. It's a little bit better, right? And now you can quiz yourself. What religion is this? What one is this? Okay. All right, next we have interaction of the Abbasid Caliphate with Tang China. So if you'd like to see that on a map, I pulled one up here for your convenience. The Abbasid Caliphate is rather large. The northern part of Africa, coming all the way over here to Pakistan and up into Russia a little bit. So we're going to outline that first so that you can see where that is and label it. And then we're going to outline Tang China and draw some arrows for interaction. So come on over here, grab your line, and we'll start outlining Northern Africa. Are you getting better at outlining? I bet you are. I bet you're professionals at it now. Just wait. By the time you're done with period 6, you'll be so proud of yourself that you mastered Google My Maps. You just never know when you might do this in real life. You just never know, people. You'll be thanking me one day. All right, so you're going to come over here and grab almost to Asia. Almost to India. Bring it up here into Russia a little bit. I can't remember. Did they have Turkey? Let's look real quick. They did not. That's the Byzantine Empire. Okay. Should have known that. Oh, we got to outline the Byzantine Empire too. I don't know if that's on the list or not. All right, so Abbasid. Abbasid. Is there 2 S's? I think there's just 1 S. Caliphate. There we go. What color should we make it? Let's make it green. I want to go with green. There we go. And there's your Abbasid Empire. Now we need Tang China, people. So let's go up here, grab our line again, and outline around China. That one's a little easier to outline. It's not as big. I'm going to make that one yellow. Make my border a little bigger. Oh, awesomeness. Okay, now we need to connect them, right? And show their interaction. So let's draw some arrows of Tang China and the Abbasid Empire interacting. Cultural diffusion at its best right here, people. You're welcome. There we go. But we can't just leave it there, right? We need to know, how did they interact? Well, of course, trade. So you can put that in there. But more importantly, their very first interactions happened in 751 CE. And you can put down that the Abbasid Caliphate defeated the Tang in battle, and they set up an embassy within the Tang Empire. This is when relations first started. Then they allied together to fight against the Tibetans. It's the Tibetans. Tibetan. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that would have been Central Asia. The Tibetans would have been around in this area, right here, and they were a threat to both empires. You can also put that they worked together on maritime trade, or through maritime trade. That sounds better. Which will bring us to Zhang He here in a minute. So I'll recap that for you. 751 CE. The Abbasid Caliphate defeated the Tang in battle, and they set up an embassy within the Tang Empire. Then they allied together to fight against the Tibetans and worked together through maritime trade. And that concludes this episode of the tutorial because I'm just about out of time. So tune in for part 2 of period 3.